This episode of BreakFace is brought to you by Alaska Fighting Championship, now available on UFC Fight Pass. Go to alaskafighting.com for details. Arctic Chiropractic. For all your chiropractic needs, visit arcticchiropractic.com. And Capo's Alaskan Beard Oil. No gimmicks, no slogans, just pure Alaskan beard oil. Oh, my face. Get it out. Oh, that was popcorny.
Popcorny.
Yeah,
popcorn?
we went and watched that Harry Potter or J.K. Rowling. I guess it's that Harry Potter, right? We went and watched the Fantastic Creatures and Where to Find Them or whatever it is. I think that's what, Beasts. Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
So did you have to be into a Harry Potter type of movie?
No,
because I was not a very big Harry Potter fan.
It's completely unrelated. Like the only reference to Harry Potter is they talk about like Hogwarts and the wizard.
Hogwarts, and it's only for like
a second.
It's the same world.
It is. It's the same world, but it's a completely
different
movie.
standalone movie.
And it's in America. They actually, this dude comes over from across the pond, if you will.
London.
Are you? You sound like you're from London. So he comes from across the pond. And
yes. How come everything interesting happens over there?
Should we spoiler alert this fucker?
I don't care.
Wait, are you ever going to see it?
But before we do, Cray on here.
Yes.
Welcome, Cray.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, forgot to introduce
She's
you.
solo. She's rolling solo.
I know.
What are you going to do without your girlfriend? Nothing. You don't know.
Yeah.
You can spoil it for me because I'm not going to watch it. And if I do watch it,
It's going to be with your kids.
yeah.
And you're just going to
And my
marvel
kid-
at the wonderment in their eyes. You're not even going to pay attention
You're
to
right.
the movie.
And actually, that's what I did with Harry Potter. Wait, I don't think they're alive then. Maybe. I don't know. Your heater's going. That's what that is. That's all right. We'll keep going.
It's completely unrelated. It's in the Harry Potter world, but it's not related to Harry Potter.
So you can spoil it for me.
Okay, so the guy who wrote this book, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, which is the book makes an appearance in the Harry Potter movies.
But it's written by a different person, right? Because there's a chick that...
No, this is written by J.K. Rowling.
So the story itself is
But
written
I
by
thought
J.K. Rowling, but the character inside of this movie wrote the book Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
What? That doesn't make any sense. The
Okay.
character in the movie
Yes.
wrote the book.
Yes.
So, okay.
That doesn't make any sense.
Way back when Harry Potter got super like crazy height of
Which
everything.
was written by a girl.
Yes.
So is this one.
But
So is this one.
you guys said it was a guy. You
No,
said the
okay,
same
stop,
guy
stop.
that wrote...
We're-
Okay,
let's
slow down.
start
Slow
from
back.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
So we're getting
We're
into
gonna
Harry
start from
Potter
scratch.
lore.
So
Yes.
in the Harry Potter,
This is the most boring
Books.
shit ever. And go ahead, keep going.
they're one of his textbooks that he needs for school is called Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
Oh, Harry Potter.
Yes. So this movie, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them,
Is about the guy who wrote the book referenced in the Harry Potter movies.
I get you.
so
okay.
it's like a prequel kind of.
But it was done by,
J.K. Rowling.
which is a girl.
Yes.
Okay. Because you guys kept saying him.
Oh.
No.
Yes, you did.
Well, we're talking about
rewind this
nudes.
shit when it's on when it's on YouTube, and you'll be like,
Whatever, I don't even care.
we explained it to you
Don't even
8
care.
times.
Don't even care.
Don't even care.
He's over it.
Don't even care.
Anyway, so I got popcorn burps from that. That was
Yeah.
where that all came.
Hey, and you can welcome Titty back too because he's been gone for like a week.
A whole fucking week. You bitch.
Unfortunately, Titty had his balls in a sling and could not walk or make it onto the show.
Almost literally in a sling.
Yeah.
How does that even happen?
So
You know that thing where you don't want kids anymore?
yeah,
Got a little snip snip?
I got a vasectomy.
Wow.
Yeah, that was my week. So I got a no scalpel. I don't know if anybody knows what that is, but they basically just poke a hole in your scrot and then pull out your vas deferens. That's the
That's with the tube that
it's the
connects
tube that connects the semen to the
It's the
sperm
testicle
to
to
the
the-
semen tube.
Right. It's the testicle, right? Testicle
Yeah,
makes
in
the
your
sperm.
testicle. So they pull that out of this little hole. They cut out a little section.
Cauterize
tie
it.
that up, cauterize
Oh,
it, and then
tie
that
it.
goes back into your ball sack. They reach in and grab the other one because you have two testicles. Most people do. I don't know.
Who was your doctor?
I went to Dr. Coverdell.
Oh, okay. That's good.
Dr. Coverdell. And
Pleasant experience?
it was all right. Having a dude fondle your balls 3 times in 1 week is okay, I guess.
I mean, it wouldn't be the first time.
Wait,
Right.
that your
Not
balls
outside
have
of
been-
prison. No one fondles
So-
balls in prison,
Did they shave you or did you shave yourself?
No, they didn't have to shave me.
Really?
No.
Are you
Wow.
kidding me?
Mm-mm.
They told me I had to go unshaved.
Did you do the no?
Yes. Well,
the
they
no
said,
scalpel?
yeah.
Huh.
And how long did your procedure take?
About an hour.
Okay.
About an hour.
That's a long time.
I was really high. He gave me a couple of I
Valium.
or diazepam. Valium.
So
Did they
diazepam.
put you under for it, or were you just like?
No, I was
numbed and
awake.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because my favorite thing about surgery is when you like.
Mine
and
too.
then wake up and you're like, oh,
You're like, oh,
what
it's
happened
over.
to me? Oh my god.
I feel like that might have been better because I'm awake and I couldn't feel the pain, but I could feel, tugging and weird things
Pressure.
going on in my scrotum. So it was kind of like I was basically sitting, with my head back, so I wasn't really paying attention. But every once in a while, I was kind of like, "What's
Looking?
going on?" down
I
there?
think that
couldn't see fuck all.
Being awake
So-
for that would be a little awkward.
There was one point where he did like one side, and then he goes for the next side, and he's like, "Okay, do you feel that?" And I was like, "Yes, I felt that."
They make 2 incisions?
No, just
Or they
one,
go through the one
just the same
and hook
one,
them
yeah.
out?
And then he had to local
Novocaine?
numb me again. That was the worst part, I think, was the needle.
The needle in the sack.
Ooh.
Yeah, that hurts.
They didn't like put the cream on to numb it first, and
Nope.
then.
No.
But I did have a young guy iodine my testicles for me. That was nice.
He
Are
was
you
the-
allergic to betadine? And I'm like, no. And he's like, okay, flap, 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 flap. And
He was the
holy
nurse.
Shit. Yeah. Well,
For lack of a better word.
Actually, he's an EMT too that works there. So
So EMTs do the dusting, ball dusting?
he dusted my balls with iodine. Yeah. And that was terrible too because I was told, keep your balls warm. So
And it's freezing, and then your sack goes...
right. So because I don't know, you're a girl, but you have let's say your
Memories?
nipples. It gets cold,
Yeah.
your nipples go whoop, and they get hard.
It's the same
Your
thing.
balls do the same thing, but they also go up in the
Oh.
old body cavity
Yeah.
because it's cold
Heard of that? Okay.
and we're wimps. Yep.
Yeah, but,
So I actually sat on like a warming hot pad there, and in the waiting room I had it, and then they're like, "Okay, Chris, come back." So I all right, here, babe, here's my heating pad. Then
Wait
I
a
go in
second,
there, they
like-
expose me, and then he rubs this cold ass
okay.
iodine all over my freaking balls.
Well, did they tell you to bring the heating pad and sit on it?
He just told me to keep them warm so that they were out. That's all he said, and that was just my idea, keeping my heating pad so that they were.
Wow, you went the extra mile.
I
was
did.
like,
I
screw
wanted it to go as smoothly as possible because they are my balls.
Yeah.
We're really attached.
Mine did not go as smoothly as possible.
I-
Mine was
You had
probably...
one too?
I've had 2.
He's had 2,
And it was
I'm
both of them were the worst experience I've
Why-
ever had in my entire
So
life.
you had the one.
I had the one. Okay, so let me run through this.
Yeah, I want to know because we actually
I've never actually told Chris this story.
didn't
Have
tell
I?
each other our ball stories because
Well-
we were waiting for this.
Oh, okay.
I'm waiting
you, the
for
people.
you. But let's finish your ball story.
Okay.
You're like, then I got drunk and it was over.
Well, kind of, but I mean, they told everybody's like, "Oh man, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad." My balls still hurt today. It's been almost a week. If they still hurt a week, I'm gonna be like, "Hey doc, what's going on?" Because
Wait,
I'm tender
achy,
still,
right? They're achy.
achy, and I like go to bend over or bend down, and I'm like, oh, and I
Oh.
feel it in my lower abdomen. It's like, oh, come on. One day I was pulling my pants on aggressively and whacked my like left nut. I
one.
was like, oh, please kill me, fuck. So yeah, I want to hear your story because twice, dude. I
Okay,
don't
wait,
get it.
it's horrible. Okay, so
This sounds horrible.
it is horrible. I went to the doctor's office and had my pre-op appointment, right? And they didn't say anything about like. All they said was, "Okay, are you sure you want to have this done? Are you healthy? Let's take some blood.
How many kids do you have?
How many kids do you have?"
Yeah.
And then they said, "Okay, we're ready. So come back in 3 months and we're going to do it," because that's how long they were out. And I was like, "Okay, sure." So I went in there to get it done, and he's like, "All right, go ahead, pull down your pants and get up on the table." And I'm like, "Are you gonna give me some like drugs or something? Like, you're just gonna go and dry? Like, what's the deal?" And he's like,
You're not gonna fluff me?
"Yeah, something. I don't know. Like, give me a pillow. I don't know." And he's like, "Oh, well," he's like, "You have to ask in the pre-op appointment for drugs." And I was like, "Well, why the hell didn't you tell me that before?" I was like, "Well, I'm not." I was like, "No. I was like, I want pills." And he goes, "Okay, fine." He goes,
Okay, fine.
"No." He goes, "It's no problem." He goes, "We'll reschedule in. You come back in another 3 months." And I was like, "No, we're doing it now. No pills." And he's like, "Are you sure?" I was like, "Yeah." So like, I go in now. Yeah. Local, for one, I didn't even think about this, but local, when I get dentist or for the dentist, it doesn't work on me. Like, they shoot me up like 50 times, and it takes like 2 days of my face being numb.
I'm the same way with the dentist.
Yeah.
It takes like, why aren't you numb yet? Everybody's freaking out, running around, getting bigger needles. Yeah.
Yeah. And so this dude shoots me up like 50 billion times in the balls. He starts working on me.
Yes.
I'm telling you the pain. This feels like this dude is grabbing my spine and pulling him through my nutsack. And I'm like, oh, and I'm like on the verge of cussing. I'm like, mother. No, I'm like, fucker. No, I didn't cuss. This guy's a professional.
I know, I was helping
He's
you. I was
a doctor.
winking.
Yeah, but my balls are in his hand, literally. My life. And so I decided to replace it with a different word. So I was like, monkey. Monkey. And I kept saying, I was like, monk. And I don't know why that popped into my head.
You should have established a safe word for it.
I should have.
At the beginning. When I
For
say
ways-
monkey, stop pulling on
Yeah,
my
you stop pulling on my
nuts.
balls.
Chicken nuggets.
So I stop halfway through of yelling monkey, and I realize my doctor's black. This probably isn't the best thing to be saying. Like,
Holy
like
shit.
I just wasn't putting to it. I was in pain.
This racist
Had
white
no-
boy.
yeah, exactly.
You having all the babies.
He's down there on the bottom, and he's like, I'll fix you, you mother. And he's pulling extra hard on that. So anyway, after that happened, he gave me his aftercare speech and everything else. Well, I went home. Well, my balls, like, the second day start itching. Like, I'm not talking about, like, I'm like a little itch here or there. It's like, take the worst itch you've ever had and put it in there, in that spot.
It's in, like, it's not like, the outside of my ball sack
No,
itches. It's
but-
where the cuts are that
it's
are
like,
healing,
it's like,
right?
yeah, it's like right
That's how mine
inside,
was,
right?
yeah.
This
Cray
lasted.
shaking her head like, ugh. Aren't you glad you don't have balls?
Not only
Yeah.
that happened, they swelled up. They swelled up like this big. And they stayed that way. And the incision didn't heal. And the worst itch in your life for 3 months.
My God.
For 3 months.
You're like that one case that I heard about when I got my consultation. They're like,
it was probably me.
this could possibly happen. This could possibly happen.
Did they do the whole scare tactic thing? Like, if this doesn't go right, your balls could fall off. And like,
Well, not necessarily fall off. But,
okay.
No, so like,
they do have like their spiel
'Cause
that he obviously didn't get because they didn't even give him
No.
anything
'Cause
fucking
when
for
I
the
had-
like anxiety and the pain.
when I had my surgery, I had a reduction. And when I had my surgery, you're going in there and you're doing the consultation.
you had a what?
She had a breast
had a
reduction,
reduction.
ladies and gentlemen. What
Yes.
kind of sick fucking human reduces
Your
the
back.
memories?
Your back is helping you.
Yeah.
Is happy, right?
Yes, much
Okay.
better.
See, I remember all
But-
of that. Yeah, she's way better off
Yeah.
for it.
Much more
Honest.
proportional. But when you
She
go
was
in,
huge.
But when you go
He was
in,
huge.
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 Donald Trump is on the screen back here, and he's like, "I'm gonna grab her pussy."
but when I went in for the consultation, they're like, okay, so here's what's gonna happen. Like, some numbness, the nerves might not like come back, and your nipples could fall off. But anyway,
Wait, that was a-
Is that
that's a
legit?
legitimate concern of when you have this done. And they're like, oh no, it only happens in like a few percentage of people. You'll probably be fine.
But what's the
Your
Your
nipples
nipples falling
Yeah,
off.
because when they like how they do the surgery, they kind of like
Fold.
and like
They fold and mold.
no, it's the way that the lady explained it to me is you have to think of like the whole nipple is like more of like a like a
Go ahead.
cylinder, right? And it
A
goes
cylinder.
like back like this in your boob, and so when
The nipple does?
yeah,
Well, 'cause
with like
that's-
all the milk ducts and everything.
Yeah.
Oh.
So when they
Say.
do the surgery, what they do is they
Could
cut
kill 'em.
around it and they lipo all around, and then they like fold it back and sew it up together.
And that way, your scar lines around your nipples, so you
Yeah.
don't really see. And then
Yeah.
down the
and
bottom.
then down, it's like the anchor. And so, but they
Uh-huh.
say because of that, because they have to basically like move your whole nip up, like
Get in there.
odds are that your
Oh,
nips
there we go.
could fall
Jeez.
off.
So for people that didn't hear, because Cray likes to
Sorry.
drift from her mic,
She's a mic drifter.
apparently your nipple protrudes back into your because
Yeah.
your
Not
glands
protrudes,
your-
Yeah.
or intrudes
Yeah.
intrudes whatever
Yeah, sure.
intrudes
Sure.
sure is that what it is?
Yeah.
It runs back inside the boob.
In order
with
for
the
milk
boob.
to get out,
Out,
before.
yeah.
And they try to save those ducts right in case
Yes.
you do
In
have a
case
baby.
you do have a baby and go
and you-
forward to breastfeed
yes.
and that kind of thing.
Oh, that's cool, but it worked out. Your nipples didn't fall off.
No, yeah, still got both of them. So there's that.
I still think like the nippleless look is kind of cool. It's kind
Really?
of hot, just a little bit.
Really?
Yeah, it's kind of robot-y looking. I don't know.
Like the JCPenney lingerie
Yeah.
section.
Yeah.
You like that?
I think that's where it started. Walking through
That's it. Mannequin
the
challenge right
mannequin
now.
challenge. Oh yeah,
We got to scotch tape our nipples so that we don't look like we don't have nipples, and we just
wear some really stupid swag. Maybe cut off one of our heads.
Oh,
that-
yeah.
you know.
And have the weird arms.
Photoshop one of our heads off in a live video.
Did you ever see those unrealistic expectations of women? And then they show mannequins and they're all like hot and big boobs and everything else, and then they show this other one without a head. They're like unrealistic expectations.
Yet another standard I'll never be able to meet.
I know. So so my balls swelled.
Yeah.
They were huge.
Can I say this? Mine did too.
No, but they swelled.
Not like
I feel like it's a surgery. They would
No,
a
they
little bit. That's
They
expected.
almost double. Oh, okay. This is what I told the doctor. So almost a month in, I called the doctor and said, I itch so bad. It's like, I'm telling you, the worst itch you've ever had. Don't touch it. It's just so bad. It's the worst in the world.
And he kept saying, don't touch it.
Yeah. And my incision never healed. In fact, it got a little bit bigger. And it was weird. It was like healed, but not. It was it looked really sick. Did
you wash your hands before and after going to the bathroom?
I'm
all of
like
that?
the cleanest person in the world. And so I called him and he goes,
except for your balls.
Just keep applying the medication and just keep doing what we're doing and let's see if this clears up. So like 2 months later, I said 3 months, but it's about 2 months later. I can't take it anymore. I call him up. I said, I'm coming in. You got it. And he's like, okay. So I go in there and he goes, what seems to be the problem? I said, it looks like I got elephantitis.
Of the nuts.
Of the balls. Have you ever seen elephantitis?
Yeah.
It's like really thick, creasy skin. This is what my testicles look like. And he goes, okay, well, why don't you pull down your pants and come up and lay down? So I get up there and he's like down and he's like, he's like,
whoa, easy dog.
No, but more of like a kind of like, you know, like, oh, you know, and then he goes, you know, it's really funny that you say elephantitis because that's exactly what that looks like. And I was like, oh my God, I have elephantitis of the balls. Like I thought for sure I was going to have to.
What was on your needle?
All right. I thought I was going to have to have them lopped
lose
off.
your balls?
I really did. And he goes, and this is what's funny when they said, like they had to tell you about stuff that possibly could happen.
Yeah.
He goes, do you mind if I bring in a couple colleagues to take a look at this?
Oh shit.
And I'm
You're
like,
the example.
and I was like,
you're a case study now.
I was like, okay. And like, so he leaves and he brings in
paid for this?
2 more doctors. And these 2 doctors are thumbing around my balls. I mean, they're like lifting it up, looking at it. And they're like, oh man, this is interesting. And one of the doctors goes, do you mind if we take a picture for the record? And I was like,
so
my balls are in a book somewhere.
Is that when another doctor walked in and was like, who the hell are you people? What are you doing?
just a mid-story recap. Poi Poi had 3 dudes fondling his balls
and then
taking
wanting to take
pictures of him,
pictures.
and his elephantitis resembling balls are in some medical journal somewhere.
Sonny Jim.
Were they interns?
No, they were
legit
doctors. Like,
doctors.
they had
Okay,
like
well, at
white
least you didn't
coats.
have interns playing with
No,
your
but that's
balls,
true.
you know?
So what happened was all they said was keep taking the medication and then we'll see you back. You know, let us know what happens in a couple of weeks. So I went home and I took all my medication and I threw it out the door. And within 3 days, my balls looked normal. And like,
are you serious?
I was like, what the hell? What was all that shit? So fast forward a year, like a year later.
Okay.
I'm in Turkey. I'm playing in a band. I'm rocking out.
With your
Yes.
out?
And
I didn't even say I could.
I like lean my arm back and it hits one of the stage lights and burns from like here to here, right on my arm. Mm-hmm. And our manager came running over and rubbed Neosporin all over it. At the end of that set, I looked down and my arm looked just like my balls did. And it itched just as bad. And I was like, are you kidding me? They had me put Neosporin on my incision the whole time.
So maybe you had a reaction to it.
It was the Neosporin. And they kept saying, keep using the medication. I was so mad.
So are you allergic to Neosporin then?
Yes. I can't be around. So anyways, I get home from Turkey. That gets even stupider. I get home from Turkey. I go to work. I get a phone call from my wife. I'm pregnant. I swear I wasn't screwing around on you. Please believe me, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yeah, we'll see, you cheating bitch. I was like, we'll see. We'll figure this one out.
Yeah. This marriage may be over before it began.
Yeah. So I went back to the doctor and I was like, I need to get checked. My wife's pregnant. He's like, oh, that's not good. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah, right.
Kind of told me that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah. So he calls me back 2 weeks later and goes, Mr. Lyon, I got some bad news. And I was like, that cheating whore. I knew it. I knew it wasn't mine. He goes, your little soldiers are marching. And I was like, doctor, that's a good thing. That means my wife's not cheating on me.
Yeah, that was
like,
the reaction. That's what we hoped would happen.
You're high-fiving and shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, well, your surgery didn't work. No, it's great shit.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
She's not a whore.
Yeah. Woohoo. She's very faithful.
She's not a whore.
She's not
a whore.
She's not a whore.
She's not a whore. She loves me. Needless to say, I could have killed that doctor. He owes me some freaking child support. I love the kid to death. Let's say she's like the best kid in the world for sure.
So
But
did he do the follow-up one for free at least?
yes, it was buy one get one free.
Buy a vasectomy, get one free.
And I wish I really
Here's your
had
punch card.
Yeah, right.
But you can't give it to a friend.
Hope to see you again. I hope not.
No,
It's non-transferable.
Not yeah. So he freaking jeez. He freaking says, okay, come in, we're gonna like dose you up on more drugs. or on drugs because of what happened last time and all the pain and discomfort and everything else. So I had my buddy Bryson drive me. You know Bryson. And
I do.
So they walked me down like 5 halls, like in the back of middle of nowhere, like back into this office, and they do it back there. It's like way far away.
This is where we take you when we need to put you down.
And it took almost 2 hours.
Wow.
Almost 2 hours. And he kept saying sorry. And I came back out, and Bryson and like 4 other people in the waiting room, like their eyes were like this big, and they're looking at me. He goes, "Dude, was that you screaming?" And I was like, "Yeah, it was me." I was screaming. I was like, "Ah, ah!" That's how bad it hurt. And that was on drugs. And I was and it was bad. It was totally horrible.
Like, and you did a no scalpel.
Yes, and he said,
what did he go back in and do?
I don't know. Well, try to fix it, but he said that during the screams, people were getting up and walking out.
Wouldn't you?
Hell yeah!
If you were in there, you're like,
well, I was back there strapped to the table. I would have walked out.
What's he getting?
Nope.
Oh, he's getting no scalpel vasectomy. You know, we do it all the time. I'd be like, okay, cool.
All right, peace out.
Rip up my paperwork. I'm fucking out of here.
Yeah. So like,
dude, okay. That experience right there, I will not complain about mine anymore. My balls are swollen and they are sore, but damn, dude,
4 or 5 years later, I was telling this story to a buddy of mine, and she goes, "What's your doctor's name?" And I was like, "Dr. Godet," and she goes, "That is the worst urologist ever, and he's got lawsuits against him." And I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
Oh, where were you, years ago?
Right. I was like,
my balls are on the line.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, nobody wants to go through a pain. Well, and she's like, he is literally like the most incompetent doctor she's ever met. And I was like, and I trust this lady.
Yeah.
I know for sure. Oh, and another funny thing, my pastor, he goes, like when I first met him.
Did he put his hand on your nuts and pray for
you?
Did you ask everybody to pray for your balls?
No, he goes.
Make sure they make it out okay. Thank you.
A mutual friend was like, he kneels down. Omne.
Lumina Patre, Spiritus
Filii. The special oil and everything, and then a little
Spiritu ball sack.
We need you to dip your balls in this holy water.
And done. Challenge accepted.
All right, bring in the kids now for the baptism.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, that's
great.
So he goes, a mutual friend of ours was like, "Oh, Ricky's got a great story about." So I went through that whole spiel I just told you guys, right?
Uh-huh.
For a pastor's friend? Or for him?
My friend said, told our pastor, because he's about to get a vasectomy.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, "Oh, Ricky's got to tell you this great story." So I told him this whole story. And the pastor goes, "Well, as long as his name's not Dr. Godet, we're good." And I was like, "He's black, right?" And he goes, "Yeah." I was like, he's like, "He's supposed to do my procedure tomorrow." He's like, "Should I get out of it?" And I was like,
"Yeah."
I was like, "I don't know. It's up to you." It's like,
you
I'm not
might
going to tell him.
Want to reconsider a little bit.
Ooh.
He said his experience went flawless.
Really?
What can you say?
Maybe it just, I don't
Maybe
know.
you have like a fucking superhuman
Super balls, yeah.
super balls.
And
super sensitive balls.
Well,
people are going to start saying I got
like the Captain America of balls.
The Captain America. I think the Captain America balls would just deflect the
Wait,
blade.
like,
It'd be like, ping,
they wouldn't
ping.
even-
It'd be like, "Sir, I can't penetrate your scrotum."
And then they jump on a motorcycle and ride away.
Horrible.
Holy shit.
Man.
There's a guy in Eagle River who does vasectomies, and he was going to get one himself, and he's done hundreds of thousands of ball procedures.
Mm-hmm.
Might be a bit of an exaggeration.
Maybe
hundreds of thousands.
Oh, maybe hundreds of thousands, a little
Probably
bit.
thousands.
Thousands
He's
of
seen a lot
hundreds.
of.
If you can do a fucking vasectomy in an hour, can you imagine like the rate of return on that? You're like cranking out.
Oh yeah.
Bring them in.
It's like It's like $3,000.
I didn't realize actually how popular they
$3,000?
were, because you guys are now like probably the third or fourth person I've talked to recently that has either had one or is planning on getting one soon.
It's a lot less invasive than a woman getting tubes tied or getting gutted.
Exactly.
And it's really hard on a woman for hormones. I suggest, I'm not a doctor, but I suggest if one of you is going to go through it, make the man go through it. The woman that has already had a baby, or there's other things that are going on in there that men don't really want to know.
Their
So
system,
just leave it alone.
The woman's system is a lot more complicated than ours.
You start crossing wires.
Yeah.
I know people have had their tubes tied and they're just freaking crazy. they're nuts, and it's because they're
an extra level of crazy.
There's a
Because
lot
let's
more
face
hormones.
it,
Yes.
women are just crazy in general.
True.
So.
But once you start,
Apologies to our women viewers and listeners.
no
so
apologies
after
are
all
nuts.
of that, you didn't get a cool nickname like Scarsack or anything?
Dude,
Oh,
yeah,
Scarsack!
I really like that. Cray,
Over
like
here.
best friends and stuff.
Over here. Hey, Jesus fuck! Why do all the guests leave me hanging?
I don't know, but so are we gonna call you Scar Tit,
Yeah.
Scar Booby,
You could.
or
Let's see.
that wasn't clever.
Scar booby.
Scar.
Tee.
I was thinking like massacre. What's the Leatherface, leather boob? He's got stitches everywhere.
They call me leather tits.
I'm leather breasts.
No, so you probably didn't do this with your balls, but when I had my boobs done, they gave me special tape to put on my scar so they would flatten out.
Well, but that's because you had like major incisions,
Well,
right?
true,
And
yeah, yours is
stitches.
just little,
It's
like,
like a little.
yeah.
Even though mine was gaping.
after
Mine
all
was literally that big.
the surgery and everything, nothing freaked me out. The worst thing was when I had to go in a couple days later and get the stitches taken out.
Did it hurt? Wait, so I thought
Oh,
they
could
would
you
put those
feel 'em?
biodegradable ones in there.
No.
Why not? You think that would be the way to go?
Well, they do on the inside because they like tuck them up a little bit, you know.
Right.
But they just like all around and then, no, it was the worst part.
How big are your scars on the bottom?
Not that bad. They're like little. It's like if you took like a very.
I'm on the verge of saying, can you just show us?
If you took a very.
I'm on the verge of apologizing to her husband.
Well, that's not. I mean,
No, if you took like a very fine like Sharpie, let's say like the super fine tip Sharpie, and you
Yeah.
drew a line, like that would be it.
No. But what I'm saying is like how long? Like, is it like long?
It's like
Is it like? Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow, really?
Wow.
But this was like
That's invasive as fuck.
I mean in 2013 I think that I
Long
had it.
time
So
ago.
they fade. You know how scars
Yes.
are.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. No, that's
and if
cool.
and if you use the
Yeah.
See,
sharp
and that's-
instruments
Vitamin
and the right
E, ladies.
stitches,
Yeah.
and, yeah,
That's what really
all
gets
the
me about your
aftercare.
doctor not saying anything about shaving, because my doctor said, please come shaved. If you don't, we'll have to shave you here.
I would imagine it'd be way much easier if you were shaved.
Yeah, and the
Like,
doctor
could you imagine
said,
trying to be like, oh, okay, let me just.
and the
get-
creepiest thing, like,
let me find my way in here.
All right, to my
jungle in here.
to my credit, I will. This is some full disclosure shit. Yeah, fuck,
bats coming out.
what kind of fucking pubes do you think I got, brother? Or I mean, if you have pubes that bad, awesome.
Nope.
I'm gonna create my new superhero bat cave in your fucking scrot hair.
I trim them.
I was gonna say that I think to
I'm a
my
trimmer.
credit, my credit, full disclosure, I was already pretty manicured down there. anyway.
Yeah, for sure.
Like,
Well, the doctor
It was
said,
only a couple weeks.
You
so I
mow
mean,
the lawn, is what you're saying.
I fuck yeah, I mow the
Yeah.
lawn.
the doctor said, which is because he had like a really dry sense of humor. So like it was like, and it was few and far between. And so like when I pulled down my pants, he goes, "Nice shave job," and I was like, I didn't quite know how to say that, and I was like, "Whoa, doc, we're only on the first date," and he didn't laugh at all. I was like, "Come on, man, that was funny."
You know what my doctor said?
Yeah, if he can comment on your,
Hair,
you think he could take a comeback?
you. Oh my eye!
I don't want my comeback.
It's okay. There's no babies in there.
Keep the cum minus the babies. Can we make that work? How's that going? So my doctor, when he like you go in for your consultation, stand up, drop your pants. I'm like, I knew this was coming. All right, so I do, and he goes, he's got my balls in his hand. He's all, oh yeah, these look good. This is gonna be easy.
What?
I was like,
Does he see the vein on the
well,
outside or something? What the
doctor,
how the hell does it
thank
look
you.
good?
apparently they're
They're just symmetrical.
Well, I mean, he's moving his thumbs around
Were
on there and
your-
manipulating the
Oh,
testicles.
you
and
probably
he-
can feel the vein in there.
Right, but he's like, oh, these look good. Well, this
Oh.
will be easy. And I'm like, part of me was like full of pride. I was like, yeah, my
Yeah.
balls look good.
Yeah.
And then the second thought was, that's a dude holding my balls, telling me that they look good.
Were your wives in there with you when
No.
they were doing this?
Mine
or just
wasn't.
you guys solo?
No, and
Solo.
when you get the procedure done, where
tell
I
my
went,
wife.
yeah, don't. She doesn't know. She wants kids so bad.
I'm cutting her off.
But you said you have 5 kids. Oh yeah,
Yeah, I
5
do.
kids.
I
Yeah,
do.
that's what I meant. Yeah, no, she's no, she's ready.
Oh, the doctor told me, said, you have, how many kids you have? 2. Are you sure you want to do this? Have you ever had a kid? Do you know what that's like? Take them.
Have 2. Yeah, kids
Kids are actually great.
They are great, but they are a lot of work.
They're work.
You got to be committed, and not to take anything away from parenting, but kids are fucking expensive.
No, they are.
There's the most expensive thing you'll ever do in your life is children. So.
But
Yeah.
let's say, who is my youngest one? Who is the one we tried to prevent?
Oh,
No, we didn't. Alex always says, which she just started saying it this year. She goes, she put it together. She goes, wait a second. So you had me and then you tried to stop having kids. And I was like, she's like, was I that bad? And I was like, no, baby, you weren't that bad.
Oh my God. Yeah. You're so
Yeah,
terrible.
you're horrible. No, it was like, how are we going to 3 kids? That's a lot.
Yeah.
You got 2 arms. You can hold 2 kids.
Yeah.
But no, I love Lissay to death. She's awesome.
She's
awesome
your miracle baby.
She's my miracle
That
baby.
is, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So was my first one. Well, that was my oh shit baby.
Every baby. Like,
Every
it's not
first
planned,
one
Yeah,
is.
the first one's like, I'm pregnant. You're like,
Shit.
I mean, great. Yay.
Yeah.
Oh, look at you with your pregnancy. And
But the
scars
excitement,
and belly.
the excitement comes.
Mike and I are talking about getting to that stage in our life and marriage, and I am equal parts like, oh.
Actually,
hold
up.
And then second part's like, no.
You haven't been on in quite a while. What's been new with you, Cray?
Wait, is there something new that I don't know about?
You haven't been on in a while.
Oh, I got married.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Mike. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, buddy.
He locked it down.
Lock
He
that
did.
shit down.
Yeah.
Is he still working at the bar?
Yeah, he is.
Good for him.
It's
Yeah.
That's a great bar.
It's
Yeah.
fucking awesome going in there when he's working because
Free shots. Oops.
No,
No, I'm just joking.
not
I'm
that.
just-
but it's
I mean,
like
Dave, we
I
pay
mean,
full
we-
price for those.
That's right. Actually,
it's like
double
there's
sometimes.
like
totally.
5 fucking people standing over here waiting or in line, and then you walk up and you're like, Mike, what's up? And he's like, hey, how you doing? Bah, 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 bah.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you just, Later, douches.
Yeah. Cuts you in
Yeah.
line.
It's
What
the best.
is he working tonight?
No, he coaches wrestling, so he's at a tournament right now.
No, but he's not working tonight.
No, not tonight. He took the
Okay.
night off.
Dang
So-
it.
I
Yeah,
know.
he's out
Because we could have went out.
Oh,
rolling around with them young
we
boys.
should. That would be really fun one night.
We should.
Yeah.
That would be really great.
Yeah, and not just my birthday because that's the last time we were all actually out. and
Yeah, that's
partying.
great.
I think
So
that's the only
been
time.
since April.
Is that the only time I hung out
Yeah.
with you?
Outside
Like,
of the show,
outside of
yeah,
the
I think
show.
so.
That's sad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We do things.
and then I think you left early too that night because you had
Yeah, I
something
had to.
going on
The next
Yeah.
day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we gotta definitely make sure no
Was
one
that-
has anything going on the next day because
was
that
that
always
the
seems to
night-
fuck up our fun.
It does.
Was that the night that we went to the Bush Company,
What? What?
or was that a separate birthday?
I think that was the birthday before.
That was the birthday
I
before.
was about to say, I wasn't
Right.
at that one.
No.
Yeah, the birthday. Oh my god, Shannon's like, oh, I've never been in the Bush Company or
No.
something. I've been a while.
No, I said we used when Mike and I first started dating, we would go to the Bush Company on like Sundays. It's the best night to go. Like they're not busy. The bartenders are super happy to see you. It's a really good time. But we haven't gone in a couple years.
Bartenders wink.
So we go for Chris's birthday, and I'm like, oh, this is gonna be so great. I haven't been to the Bush Company in years. And we walk in, and it's just one of those random nights where like everybody you know is out. So we walk in
You
the
ran
front.
into them?
Fucking. Oh,
No.
Shannon! Basically, when we get there, like Norm from fucking Cheers, and we all just stop and look at her like, haven't been here in years, huh?
We walk in, and one of the cocktail waitresses is an ex-girlfriend of one of Mike's friends. So she's like, oh, hey, honey, how are you? And I'm like, oh, it's good to see you. Great. So we go and we sit down at the meat rack, and I hear someone like, oh, Shannon, look over. Hey, what's going on? And I look over, and it's 3 guys I used to party with in college. And so and at this point, Chris's wife and our other friend Kate are dying laughing because they're like, oh, really? You don't come
Yeah.
here often?
Yeah.
They're completely on her. I don't even remember
Regulars.
where we were.
Yeah,
the
and
guys
I'm-
were somewhere else.
Yeah, and I'm
getting
just
lap
like,
dances
no,
or
I
some
promise,
shit.
this is a freak incident. Like, this never happens. And then 2 seconds after I say that, some guy walks over. He's like, hey, sugar tits, how's it going? And-
So at this point, she's completely fucking busted. We're like, yeah.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, you never come here.
So maybe it's been a couple years, but you obviously left a lasting
now,
impression.
correct me if I'm wrong. Doesn't that place serve food?
I think maybe now and then they do have like
Yes,
a
they
taco
do.
bar or something
No, I
on
think like
random
they
night.
serve lunch and
Do they?
yeah,
I
that's
think
what
they
I
may
heard.
have
And I was
in the
like, I
past.
don't think a strip joint should be serving food.
I don't think they do, honestly.
Have you ever been in there
Unless it's like
sober?
some- yeah.
Yeah.
See, that was the last time I went to a strip joint. Was going in there sober, and I said never again.
Don't.
I'll never go to any strip joint
Don't
ever
do
again.
We went on like a random Wednesday, and it was really awesome, actually.
Don't go to strip joints, kids.
Yeah, they're terrible. They'll ruin your life. We went on a random Wednesday.
Depends
and it
on
was
what side of the bar you're
awesome.
on.
No, it was like they put on like a real show. It wasn't just girls out there shaking their titties. It was like girls that had choreographed Latin dances, and it was a really good show.
Huh. Yeah, because
So-
that's what the guys go to see: choreographed dances. They go to see a pool and booty.
Correction.
That's
choreographed Latin dances.
whatever. It doesn't
No,
matter.
they did this cool thing where they brought out.
Yeah, don't
they
care. That's not what
no,
guys
they
care
tarped
about.
the stage, and then they had a bunch of water falling down on the girl, and she was dancing. And it was like flash dance, but even better.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Have you? Oh, there used to be a girl there. I don't know if she's still. I haven't been in a while actually, and she has like all these acrobatic moves that she does. She's African American, really super
Dude,
cool.
I hate
like,
that.
Fuck,
I hate that. Stop that.
She's black.
She's black.
Okay.
You know
She
why?
is black,
I hate that.
and she's
Why do we have to
awesome.
say African American? Do you live in America? Yeah, you're American.
Yeah.
You're American.
Fuck, sorry, man.
Can't you
Calm
just
down.
say that?
Calm
Like
down.
I went there and there was an American there.
Trump says calm fucking down.
Trump doesn't look very calm right now. By the way,
He's mad at you. He's like, calm
Oh,
the
yeah.
fuck down. So anyway, black girl, and she is like limber as shit.
you mean African American?
Fuck you.
Anyway.
And does all these just really crazy cool
There's a couple
acrobatic
girls there that
moves.
would fit that description.
It's super badass.
I have to give them credit because they can
She's
do
older. I think
floor
she-
work like no other.
She'll tell you how old she is, and you just go bullshit.
Yeah, no.
You're not 40 or 30, whatever. You're like bullshit.
Hell no.
And she's
I like to
awesome.
think I'm in
I can't remember her name. But I feel like shit. For that.
shape, right?
Wait,
But,
she's
like,
how old? She was how old? 40?
Yeah, late 30s,
She's-
early
She's
40s.
still in college, huh?
oh my God. I always feel really awkward though. Like I don't. Maybe for guys it's different, but for girls, like when you get a lap dance, you're like, okay, like this is fun, but I'm not like into it.
But why would
really.
you? I don't understand. The
You're not getting the right
Because
lap dance.
people buy them for you, and you can't be like,
But
no, I don't want it. So you're sitting there, and the girls are like dancing on you, and I'm like, I don't know what to talk about. So I'm always like, oh, how's the weather outside? Like, thanks. And
Yeah,
then
okay.
it's like titties are like,
See, you're obviously getting the wrong lap dance because like normally I buy lap dances for girls all the time, and when I go over and I look, and next thing you know, they're doing this. They're like eyes rolling in the back of their head. They're like,
well, I sit there
and they're gyrating against the girl that's gyrating on them.
well, depending
Yeah.
on how drunk I am, maybe I'll get into the music or anything. But if I'm not like attracted
okay,
to
with-
girls, then I just kind of feel awkward when they're dancing.
And I
all
can't
over
I'm
me.
relate.
sorry if
I wouldn't be able to relate because
all right, I don't get it.
if I ever went to a male strip joint with like a bunch of girls,
And they bought you a
Yeah.
and I'd be
label
like,
lap dance.
no, you can take that hog sausage and get on the other side of the damn room. It ain't happening.
Close your eyes, bro.
Yeah. And there's none of this them gyrating on me and then me listening to the music and what the hell? No,
I don't know.
That's
I
not
feel
even
like guys are so like a guy lap dance would be way different though.
Have
Would
you
you
ever,
take
have
a
you ever
guy lap
popped a
dance?
chub? Here you go, boy.
I just-
You
so
ever
I've
popped
gone-
a chub during a lap dance?
Huh?
Have you ever popped a chub during a lap dance?
I've never had a lap dance.
Shut the
Oh.
fuck up.
Maybe a couple times.
Have you ever got a boner?
Of course.
Huh.
No, maybe once.
I've maybe had one
Maybe
time
twice.
where I got a boner getting a lap dance, and I've had more than a couple.
Well, but
You
the problem
liar.
is no. Like I've only been to a few, and like I was like totally freaking hammered.
Yeah.
Like,
That
when I
helps.
went-
That helps keep it down.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like the last two I went to were totally sober because I was a DD, and this is when I was older.
Oh.
And I like went and I was like, this is like my buddy's like, dude, look at the ass on that one. And I'm like, dude, no.
If you could only take
think-
pictures and show them the
No,
next
you
day.
can't. I'm like, and then the place is sticky. Like the count,
Yeah,
you're like,
they are. It's
this
always
is gross.
sticky.
This is gross. Why is it sticky?
I have a hard time getting into it because I know like they're not into you. They're here because they're getting
making
paid.
money.
So
That's all
why
it is.
are people so into this? I think that's why I went to like one of the Chippendale shows.
I'm gonna do my impression of a stripper. You can keep talking. I'm gonna do it for the camera. I know the people listening won't be able to see it,
Okay.
but this is my impression of a stripper.
Okay, I'm gonna do it.
All right.
Oh yeah, he's
Yeah,
like,
no, that's
he doesn't
exactly
even he
how
doesn't even
it
look into it.
feels.
He's just like chewing
Yeah.
gum and like grinding and like,
alright,
oh my god, okay, is this what you like? Where are you?
My hip.
Boobies in the face. There we go.
Chewing fucking
No.
gum.
Chewing gum.
I've gone to one of the Chippendale shows when they came up here, and like some of these women were losing their fucking minds, and I'm just like, they're not into you. Like, why
It's
are
fake.
you? It's so fake. It's so like.
It's not personal. It's
No.
not, and then like those other ones where it's like you have to buy them a drink.
Yeah.
Or like what, or oh hey, can you buy me a drink? Like they're like that's their
Yeah.
huge thing.
So
and
you
it's
buy
like
him a drink, it's a
Because
$10
it's like
orange
markup.
juice.
yeah, and it's like this big.
I don't know.
And they're like, hey, thanks.
I just
like
think
that, and then they
girls-
talk to you, and they're like, so how's it going? And I'm like,
You don't
"Girl,
care.
I don't care. What
Yeah.
are you talking
No.
about? I'm here to shake it.
Yeah.
Puff away then.
And I don't think
Puff
that
away.
I don't know. For girls, it's different. We're not going to be like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, bounce that dick at me, like not.
Yeah, right.
Bounce that dick, boy.
Well,
So bounce that dick, yeah.
But
like-
that's another thing too. Is like men and women are like totally different when it comes to like sexuality.
That's
right?
true. That's true.
Because,
Guys, I think are so visual that for them,
right.
that's all they
and
need.
women are like crock pots, and they
Oh, that's
right?
actually really good.
they
yeah.
need to be like warmed up,
Yeah.
and they need to like have flowers. Need to be told that like you look beautiful today. They need all this other crap.
That goes, yeah, it goes along. I don't think the flowers. I don't
Maybe
necessarily
not
need
the
those,
flowers,
but you do.
but-
You want a little bit of an effort into it, not
Exactly.
just like, hey, like let me like honka.
So
ready to
how
go.
does that do for like male strip joints? Because like when girls go in, or is it just the liquor and fun?
I think it's just
probably
the
what it
liquor
is.
and the fun. Yeah, it's not so
that's-
much of like, yeah, fuck yeah, let's see some wieners. Like that's
Yeah, no,
not
because
what we're
normally when
going
guys
for.
go to strip joints,
yeah,
I know from when I was younger and I used to go, it was I might have a chance with this chick. You know what I mean? That's always the thought for younger guys. They're like, yeah, this girl's into me.
Yeah.
No, dude, she's getting
not.
paid.
She's getting paid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've known, like, I knew this girl who had daddy issues, and I went to the strip joint, and, like, I knew her really well. And, like, I went to the strip joint, and she was there dancing. And I was like, it, like, put everything into perspective. Wait a second, you can know these people?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But you know the kind of baggage that kind of comes along with it and the reason why they're there.
I think if I had the body for it, I probably would have maybe considered it.
Yeah?
I don't know.
Just for fun?
Just for fun, for something new. Plus, it's such easy money. Like, that's the thing. All you have to do is you get up there, you dance, you shake it a little bit. Yeah, there's probably some dirty, really creepy old guys, but, you know.
Yeah.
That's one of the things you go in there and you see that, like, dude, that you go, I would never.
That's where I feel bad for the girls.
That guy, yeah.
That's where I feel bad for him, because I'm like, honey, you're just we're all just trying to turn hard work into chicken nuggets, you know?
Get me one of them new girls that's nice and
We're
young.
converting this shake into a milkshake for me and my kids.
Yeah.
All 12 of them.
So I feel a little bad for him, because especially like up here when PFDs come out.
Oh,
like,
it's a
those poor
smorgasbord.
girls.
And then, all these old dudes and, people that normally can't afford to, like, buy bread. They're at the strip joint. They're like, or like tooth care.
Yeah.
You know? So they're like, pork.
You see a dude panhandling on Northern Lights later that night. He's in a strip club.
Yeah. Well, and then this girl that
we'll
I
have
knew.
lap dances for food.
Like, here's a nickel. Like,
from across the room.
Just a bag of pennies. Anyway, I don't know where I'm going to stick this. You should have wore your granny panties, because this is heavy.
Have you ever thrown change on a stage?
I did once and got kicked out.
I was going to say, I think that's the consequence.
It was Fantasies on 5th. It was like when they first opened.
So
I was really young. I don't go to those places anymore. I'm telling you, I don't approve. I got kids. My number one goal is to keep them off the pole. They're all 3 girls.
I think, and
you
that's the
can
thing.
keep them off the pole by doing
You
research.
can. I think it's one thing to go when you're a young guy. I think once you hit like dad status and you've got kids,
maybe
it's a little creepy to me.
Okay, I am right now flipping Cray.
One of the things
I am a dad status, and fuck you, I'm going. If I ever see my daughter on one, I'm gonna lose my shit.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying too. And,
so
and
I'm with him. Keep him off the pole.
But it's also like this friend that I knew that, like, when I like really changed things for me for strip joints. I was like, I don't know about this, because it's a little too close to home. She wanted to hang out afterwards, which was totally fine. I was like, okay, yeah, we'll hang out. And I hadn't seen her in like 3 years, so like we're hanging out. And she goes, hey, do you want to hang out tomorrow? We'll just go drive around or whatever and hang out. And I was like, oh, okay, sure, we'll hang out. So I went and picked her up. She goes, I want to go to the sex shop. So we go to the sex shop, and I've never like been in a sex shop like this, like with a girl, and like she's like walking around picking out all these toys and all this other stuff. And I'm like, what are you doing? And like movies, she's like, well, I really wanted to get into porn. And I'm like, what?
Really?
I'm like, yeah. And she's like, and so what do you think? And I'm like, I really don't think this is the best option for you.
Shouldn't you be at Best Buy looking at video cameras? How are you going to tape that
I don't
shit?
know.
Just
All I know is that, like,
Get a GoPro, bitch.
It went from being really shocked that this girl was, like, not totally shocked because of her home life. I knew it was pretty bad. And then, like, going straight into, like, just, oh, yeah, I'm trying to see how many I can take. You know, and she's got to, and I'm like, I don't know. It was sad. It was sad. It was sad because I knew her, and I was like,
that would be a little.
Yeah.
So like this whole like
be a little rough to
the
take.
key with strippers is you have to be like 6 degrees removed.
The disconnect.
Yes.
It's this is a fantasy. This isn't real.
Yeah.
When
Once
in
it gets
reality,
personal,
it's real.
Yeah.
No matter you want to think it is or not, it's real, and it's I don't know. I'm sorry. I tend to look at that side of the thing.
Well, I mean, there are people though that do fall in love. I fell in love with the stripper. They literally do, and they will go in there
duet.
and they will.
Let's duet in ways that make us feel good.
How many times have you and I had our little duets on here?
Forever.
Don't be jealous.
I'm not. I kind of.
It's just a side chemistry.
You just have a lot of chemistry.
That's true.
Side chemistry. He's my.
I know. I'm your side bitch.
Oh,
you're my side bitch. Exactly. And then there's Whitney.
No, that's show. That's totally different.
Yeah.
She's the OG.
The original.
There you go. Yeah,
gangsta.
she's the OG.
The original
The
Gino.
O-dub, the orig wife.
The original Gina.
Gyno. I think I said. I don't know. Is that?
She's not
OG?
a gynecologist.
Not-
Go
I know.
vagina.
They're the
Gina.
ones that get to
Yeah.
look.
What is it?
Yeah.
Hello.
Can I have my keys? Keys. This shit ain't funny.
This one's not airing, right?
Oh no, this is totally airing. We're having a good time.
Yeah,
this is what happens. We released these on Monday. We try to on Monday. It's Saturday afternoon right now, so give us a little bit of credit for pulling this shit off on a Saturday afternoon.
It's like midday drinking.
Yeah, late afternoon.
I think
It's probably the best.
The original plan was to be here at noon to do this, and I was like, yeah, let's get day wasted.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
The original plan was to do it on Friday, like we normally do. Chris is like, you know what? Hey, I haven't called you the thing today.
What's the
at
thing?
all?
What's the thing?
I haven't called you BB.
And
I'm not.
Don't.
And I'm not.
Start
I'm
that.
just saying. I did. All I'm saying is I've been pressured all week to do it.
By who? And tell them to eat
you
a
already
dick.
know who it is.
Know. Eat a dick, you. You know who you are.
You know who he is.
If you're watching it, I'm pointing at you. If you're listening, I'm pointing at him.
But he is right. If you're not like upset about your nickname, it ain't a true nickname.
That's true, and you don't get to pick your own nickname.
That's right.
I did. Yeah. Well, I didn't pick Titty. I'm not about to change nicknames.
No.
26
but the best part
years later. You know
about
what I'm
a
saying?
nickname is it doesn't always have to make sense.
Okay. All right.
I don't know.
BreakFace with BB and Poi Poi.
BB, it doesn't have the same ring to it.
It doesn't flow.
Yeah,
It'll probably help us like advertising later, but
it probably
doesn't
would.
flow.
No, I don't think so. I think you'd get
If
fired.
anything, we just go to our original names. We go BreakFace with Chris and Ricky, or Ricky and Chris, or Cricky.
I don't even like to Cricky. I don't even like to
couple name.
think about our nicknames as like who we are. Like it was just something to put in the title.
Yeah.
That's what you think of our nicknames as?
Well, I don't know. We're Ricky and Titty or Chris,
Poi
whatever
Poi.
her name is.
Titty and Poi
I can't
Poi?
help it.
Everybody
Titty and
knows
Poi
me
Poi.
as Titty, though. That's what's
I
hard
know.
to.
I know.
But the one thing though, I can't even get a license plate with my nickname on. I think I've talked about this on another show.
Yeah, it's vulgar.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, they
vulgar
won't
and
allow it.
offensive. But
Well, why don't you
praise be to him, or any kind of religious stuff?
What
maybe
about
that's offensive
what
to
about
me, and that's okay.
TIDDY?
Titty. The phonetic spelling.
Because really, that's what I thought your name was when I first met you.
It would
because
be TIDDIE.
whatever, it doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
the IEs confused me because I thought it was TITTY.
No, I'm Titty, not Titty.
Yeah,
Ha!
but
Plus, it's symmetrical. With
when I first
I
met
got a drawing somewhere of how I actually drew my nickname.
when I first met Titty, I thought his name was Tiddy with D's because
With
everybody
Ds.
was calling him Titty, and I was like, that is a really weird name.
It's a hard T.
So for like, yeah,
T-I double dick Y Titty.
it was a hard, yeah, it was a, and then like 3 months into our relationship, I was like, wait, that's his not, no, his real name's Chris. Because I was like, what?
Yeah.
What? Your name's Chris? I thought it was Titty.
Oh, you thought my
liar.
actual like
was
given
TIDDIE.
name. Oh.
I had no idea. I was like, that is the weirdest
Okay,
freaking
that would
name
be
in the
confusing.
world. That was, that's why
Okay.
when I found out, I was like, whoa, this guy's weird.
He's in there going, man, this guy's pretty cool, but his parents were fucked up.
Yeah.
What asshole?
Who would name their kid that?
Name their kid that. Ugh.
Ugh. Ugh. It sounded like the doctor that was checking my balls out.
Look at you.
That's funny you say elephantitis.
Look at those balls. Can I call a couple more guys in here?
What's that smell? Yeah. Richard, what did you do? Okay.
Oh, shit, your doctor's William
Yeah,
Shatner. Pervert William Shatner.
He's like,
I see elephantitis on your balls. We should have used the laser.
If you don't shave those, we're going to have to shave them for you.
Oh, you say I sound like the movie trailer guy right now.
trailer guy.
Like, in a world
oh,
In
where-
a world where
where
children
balls are
are forbidden.
shaved.
did you watch that documentary or movie? It was a movie.
Aren't they all movies?
Oh, there was a movie about
all
a guy,
movies
the
movies?
guy that goes in a world. There was a movie.
No, I missed that.
That's what I thought you were talking
Oh,
about.
About that guy?
Well, yeah,
Like
There's-
the original guy to do that voice?
I don't know
or-
if. Yeah, I'm
It's-
pretty sure it was him. He's like, okay, this guy gets paid a shit ton of money
Oh,
for
I'm sure.
for going, in a world,
In a
whatever.
world
In a world.
In a world.
where tortillas are currency.
Holy crap.
And we're out of flour. Corn is the only thing to save us now.
In the year 20 in the year
Sausage Party 2.
in the year 2025 when you have to get over Trump's wall to get a tortilla. All the currency.
Just look to where some parts of the wall will be fences.
Oh my gosh. I had a new kind of perspective on Trump this last week because of a guy from work. after Trump became president, he came up to me and goes,
President-elect.
He goes, "Hey, Rick, man, it was good working with you, brother." And I was like, no joke. I said, "Oh, Carlos, what did you get let go?" And he goes, "Nah, man, Trump's president, man. I got to go." I started laughing my butt. This guy, he was hilarious. This is one guy that did not vote for Trump and was kind of concerned because he's an illegal alien, but it doesn't matter because he's still kind of concerned about it, you know, which I understand. But he goes, "You know what? But you got to make lemonade out of lemons, man." He goes, "You can't be worried about all these people."
Leave it to a Mexican to talk about citrus fruit in a time of distress.
Right? I know. He's like, "You got to make tequila out of cactuses,
when
man.
life gives you agave, you got to make tequila."
Yeah, that's what they did. Look, those people are awesome because they see a desert, right? And they see cactuses, and then they make something to get drunk off of.
Fucking A.
Awesome.
It's the Mexican
and it's
dream.
good.
There you
Tequila is delicious.
So
well,
I gotta
you have to have the right tequila.
That's true.
Is your family concerned at all? Have you heard any bash? Because my wife's half Mexican.
We were worried about her. She went rock climbing.
Whoa. She's half Mexican. That means nothing.
Half Mexican.
So Chris's wife went rock climbing the day of the election when we found out that Trump became our president elect.
My wife.
Chris's wife.
My half Mexican wife.
Who is half Mexican.
Went on a hike.
Went to go learn how to climb.
She went to a place, a rock climbing gym.
She's like, "Shit, I got to learn how to climb and hike."
Yeah, that's what I said. And I was like, "Whitney, thank God that you did this because I would maybe never see you again."
Once they deport you. How are you going to get back if you don't know how to climb?
Come home to me.
And honestly, it's the first thing I thought too. As her husband. So everybody was telling her that. Mm-hmm. But she's half Mexican. So she has full Mexican parent, blah, blah, blah. Anyway.
Hey, there's
look, is anyone on your side of the family freaking out?
She
doesn't think so.
There are more than not the majority of illegal aliens that are in America are here to make a living, and
I get it. I do get that. Totally get it.
But it's the process.
If you're here illegally, that's a crime. It's called illegal for a reason,
right? And the reason being is because they don't have to pay any consequence like taxes and everything else in order to whatever. But I think they can fix that.
That's not even true. I don't even.
If they did a flat sales tax, that means a bum off the street, if he goes inside and buys a candy bar, he's paying taxes. Yeah. Period. Guess what? It's the most people have done it, and
if you want to look at it that way, you go into a business and you buy stuff from that business pays taxes. So now you're taking the burden off of that guy anyway. So I don't know if that would even.
No,
fix
you
the
still
problem.
have your business tax.
I know, but I don't know if that fixed the problem.
No, it would fix the problem because
you can be an illegal alien and get a driver's license.
Think about how that works. Think about the millions of people.
The problem's way
think
deeper
about the
than
millions
just
and millions of people in America that do not own a house, so they do not pay taxes on a house. I pay shit tons of taxes on houses, on my house. And so do you.
Oh, yeah.
Now, that could be alleviated if you had all these millions of people paying 3% on a candy bar.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
I guess I understand that, but how about we take a lot of those people off of the welfare teat, which we pay into as taxpayers?
But what I'm saying is... they would be paying for their own by purchasing food.
But hypothetically, the property tax is built into their rent. So...
Hypothetically, how many of these people are living on the street?
Is it the street people we're worried about?
Are we talking homeless or illegals? Because there are a lot of homeless. I will gladly take care of our homeless people over anyone that's here illegally and doesn't want to go through due process.
So I got shit for wearing that hoodie. It says Veterans Before Refugees on the back.
You did?
You did.
Well, I just got like, "Oh, you're wearing that in here?" I was like, "Yeah."
Where was this?
I can't even remember.
You can't say, or?
I think it was at work. It was at work.
Yeah, veterans fought for this country, and most of them have some sort of issue, maybe missing limbs, mental disorders.
Yeah.
Well,
get
this victory, valor for.
Was it Valor Corp?
Valor Corp.
Valor Corporation.
Corporation they're up here and they do the hoodies. Actually, got something cool coming up with them. I forgot to tell you about. Anyways, they made this hoodie, and it says that on the back of it. Well, they're a non-profit organization. Mm-hmm. Well, there's sensitivity rules for non-profit organizations. Oh. They had to pull their sweater, that line of sweater, because of what it said, because it offended somebody.
Really?
Yes.
Oh.
Is that freaking retarded or what?
Did the guy that complained, did they give him a blanket and a fucking hot chocolate too?
I'm so
probably a safe space.
Jesus Christ!
Tired of people being
fucking
offended
babies
about
in
shit.
this country, man.
Hey, all you.
I'm offended. Me. When are we gonna get kicked off the internet because we offended someone?
Guess what?
Guess what? I will fight that shit till I die. Because f you.
You don't even have to.
Don't listen to my show if you're offended. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah. Plus, if it's offensive, it's probably really funny.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I know,
and we crazy?
Are. But our show is hilarious.
What I'm saying is true. It's like comedians have it. You know how comedians are funny? They tell the truth.
They tell the truth, and they make fun of people, and they say offensive shit, but it's funny because it's true a little bit.
True.
It is true.
It's truth. And then you got all these college kids whining safe space. Trump's president. I can't take a test. What's going to happen when you get a job, and then someone calls you a fat retard lesbian,
or calls you a name,
and then you have to call in work and say, my feelings got hurt today and I can't come in. Well, I need someone to do the job, so you can go F off. We'll find somebody else. Thanks.
Yeah.
It's getting to the...
That's driving me crazy.
If stuff keeps going the way it is, you probably could call in offended.
Yeah, I'm calling in after.
You know what I mean? Oh, this guy cut me off in traffic and he gave me the bird and it hurt my feelings real bad, so I just came home and I'm laying in with hot chocolate and a blanket. I'm bringing that shit up.
It just ruined my day.
I just can't. I can't.
So I'm not supposed to say anything. I know this the second to the dean, right? So they call it second to the dean.
It's the dean's
of UAA.
Assistant. I don't know what
Dean's
that is.
assistant.
Dean.
Whatever. One of them for UAA. Or at least a department of UAA.
He stands around the dean and holds his D.
And he's like, students are coming up to me and really worried for their future in their life, and they are distraught, and I have to deal. And I'm like, tell those kids to grow the F up.
Yeah, it's called being an adult.
It really is.
If you're 18 and listen, you could walk out your house tomorrow onto the street and get hit by a car. Okay, think about that.
Wait,
all right, your life is not guaranteed.
Can?
Yeah. Your life's not guaranteed. If you're gonna sit here and look, I had to put up with Obama for 8 years. Go screw yourself.
So this is my
all right?
thing, right?
You could put up with
we have
whatever.
prospered under Obama, sir.
Like,
according to every shitty fucking news network out there right now.
I feel once you reach a certain age, we have all gone through a point where the person that we voted for didn't win, and we all have learned to live with it and move on.
But not these whiny assholes.
No. And I hate to be pessimistic, but I was talking to some friends about this the other day, and I was like, let's be realistic. What can he really do in 4 years? Right?
A lot of good.
Again.
Like, he's not gonna completely uproot everything that we know.
But this is what they're worried about. They're worried about him overturning Obama's things that he's set in place, which would be good.
Which a lot of the things that he set in place were through executive order,
right?
And I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
They've been talking about it for years, trying to impeach him, whatever. That were kind of illegal.
A lot of the things that he did, I'm not gonna lie, with the healthcare stuff, some of it was good, but a lot of it is not working. So why are we all up in arms about, like, hey, let's try and fix it? No, I don't like
here's
that.
my concern. As soon as he won, everyone was crying, blubbering, we're gonna get murdered. Oh, we're all gonna get deported. Legal citizens are worried about getting deported. That is not. Yeah. There's something.
The thing that I hated was everybody
wrong with that shit.
The thing that I hated was everybody like, how am I going to tell my kids that Trump won? Yeah, I guess your 9-year-old doesn't give a fuck who the president
actually,
is. Okay?
Boy and I were talking about that the other day.
Like, they're concerned about My Little Pony right now, so they don't really.
That's hilarious
care.
because I came home and the elections were going on, and my kids were like, "Hey, Dad, how's it going?" I was like, "Oh, pretty good." And I go, "Hey, babe, the election's going on. I just thought I'd let you know." And my kids were like, "What?" And they're like, "Turn the TV on." And I turned it on. They're like, "Trump, Trump, Trump, Trump." Dude, they got kids in their school that are like distraught.
Really?
They're in elementary school.
My parents are
and
really
junior
scared for my life right now because Trump's the president. I'm like,
because I'm a white girl in America, and I don't know what's going to happen.
And my
to me.
daughter was like, "What do I say to that?" And you just tell them, look, just tell them your life is not over, and tomorrow's a new day. Don't worry about it.
See, I felt when I was growing up as a kid that everything was pretty damn good.
Yeah.
You know
that's
because
Reagan was in control.
Well,
he was a badass.
Thank you.
Tear down that wall.
Well, I mean, there was all of this stuff, but I never felt threatened.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
you didn't know what was going on.
Well, there's that too, but I'm not stupid. I mean, I watch news. I saw things going on. And now I fucking totally lost my point because you said
we
tear
also
down that
didn't
wall.
have this whole like social media craziness where
maybe that's it. Yeah, we didn't have that like connectivity with the world or whatever.
The problem is what we said before is all the retards have a voice.
Yes.
But we're not
retards. I'm saying that.
If what was happening right now, like if we had social media when I was in my early 20s, and everything was the same as it is now. But oh my God, I'm going to say this: 20 years ago, I wouldn't be one of the millennials, or my generation is X. I wouldn't be going, oh my God, we're going to get murdered, and I can't go to school today, and my friends, what about my friends? All my friends are lesbians, and blah, 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 and then fucking Jorge. What's going to happen to Jorge? What's going to happen to Jorge?
I need some more milk in a tit.
Your lesbian friend is fine. Nothing's is
gonna
fucked
happen
here.
That's what's so crazy is like every single thing that Trump has said, like people take out of context. Excuse me. And then it's like, stop reading the little itty bitty 2-line blurbs of what was taken out. And like, actually, it's hard to do because he's an arrogant ass. I do understand that.
He is.
Listen to his speech.
He tells the truth.
Listen to this whole speech and see what he actually said. And it's really hard for people to do. And I admit I did that with Obama. And then I had to stop myself and go back and listen to the whole speech in context and say, okay, I was freaking out for no reason.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. See, they just don't have a mind. They can't think for themselves. You listen to CNN and they're stupid professors.
I did the same that you did. And that's another thing about our day and age now. 24-hour news.
Oh, yeah.
If you watch any news program.
It's the worst.
It repeats the same shit over and over. And you know what that is the equivalent of? Brainwashing.
Yeah.
Hello. Flashing images and the same fucking message repeated over and over and over and over and over again.
Right.
And that goes for both sides.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Fox is just as guilty.
Yeah, Fox is guilty of it too. So, yeah, like you said, you can't just take this news network or this magazine, anything anymore, read this one line and take that for fucking face value.
Right.
You have to delve in and actually read it. And then half the time you're going to go.
A lot of this stuff is
3/4 of the time you're going to, this is bullshit.
Yeah.
And a lot of that stuff is brought on by like the colleges. This is what kills me about the colleges and stuff like that. Is
college campuses are
they
the fucking worst places on earth.
funded.
People are like, no, the kids are paying. No,
Isn't the whole education system federally funded now?
No,
the state doesn't have control of the education
what happened is
curriculum
like
and all that?
the kids.
Holy shit! The show just got serious.
I know they need to get a loan, so they have to get a loan from the government, right? So all this money is being filtered through the government. That's the problem. We got these huge universities, these professors that are they do not want big government to do this because they're going to lose their job. You know what they are? They're criminals. They're crooks.
Oh yeah,
I'm telling you, they are what do they call it? They are high class welfare because they have a job no matter what, spewing all this other shit, trying to keep government big so they keep their job. It's welfare, and guess what? They don't do shit. I know my wife goes to college and she goes for accounting. They managed to throw liberal shit in the accounting shit, and it's like, how do you freaking do this? How do you what? There's an agenda here,
and that's that's one of the biggest things that I've been reading about lately is that there is a brainwashing agenda in our educational system,
and we need to talk about. Everybody needs to talk about it. You kids that go to school, keep your mind straight. Don't be listening to them freaking retards.
And don't do drugs.
I mean, when I was growing up and going to college, I was pissed at the Greeks.
Yeah, it's really fun. Say, don't buy drugs. Become a rock star, and people give them to you for free.
Oops, peeking.
Who's peeking? Are you peeking under my skirt?
I peeked.
Stop peeking under my skirt. So when I was going to college, I was pissed at Greeks because of the way back in the day.
I was pissed at those Greeks and their sexy bodies. They're so freaking hot.
Greek philosophers.
Damn feta alpha lamba. They're amazing.
No. I'm talking like ancient Greece when they started doing the educational
Wouldn't
system.
accept me into their lambda.
Lambda.
Phi Kappa Nu. But they, you wanted to study for one thing. They said, well, let's broaden your horizons. If you want to study for this one thing, you have
so annoying.
You have to get all these other little things.
When I went to school
I don't want to learn all this other shit.
I went to school for business because I know that's
what I came here to learn.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to go to school for.
You're talking about prerequisites.
I had to take a meteorology class.
Wait.
There's actually a term for it. Whitney could probably tell me if she didn't bail on us, but
general education
requirements. Thank you. Not prerequisites for what
isn't that why I went to high school?
So part of the philosophy is that when you go to college, you'll become a well-rounded student. So just because you're going to school for business, you still have to take some of these other bullshit classes.
And the only reason why they do the bullshit classes and all this other shit,
more money.
Yes. And guess what? Boom.
But this shit came on like way back though. We were talking way back, and then the money. I was reading some shit. Oh God, one of the fucking senators, some guy. College, it's all a scam, just like medical insurance. I can't, dude. You know me and brain and news.
Yeah, because we're drinking.
Yeah, I don't fucking care. I mean, I care, but I don't care enough to actually remember this dipshit's name because he probably doesn't write anything else.
Name was probably Anthony.
It's like education and even the medical field. It doesn't cost that much to do that shit, but they're like, oh, well, more people are doing it, so let's keep charging them more. And then the insurance companies go, well, we'll pay this much for a procedure. That's another part of it. They say, we'll pay this much for a procedure that does not cost near that much. But the doctor goes, oh, well, the insurance company said they'll pay me this much. Might as well charge that much.
Yeah.
See, this is the problem.
And it just keeps steamrolling. Every industry is like that.
But see, and that's what happened with.
And I sound so uneducated right now, so fuck all of you.
Well, no, but I understand what you're saying, and that's.
It's actually a little true. When going back to the earlier conversation, when I had my reduction, I went in my consultation, and I remember him saying, "Okay, if your insurance will cover it, we'll code it and bill it as this, and they'll pay this percentage. But if they won't cover it, then we're just going to call it this. I'll still do all the same shit, but we're just going to bill it slightly differently so it costs you less." So in my mind, I was like, okay, so you're telling me that if the insurance company will cover it, you're going to bill it for higher than what you would make me pay out of my pocket.
Yes.
Which was such bullshit to me at the time.
Well, it still is, and they still do
It is
that
bullshit.
crap.
I used to bill for a medical supply company.
My sister does coding.
And I use coding
She
and
looks
billing.
at like this number and goes, "Oh, that's a tibia that's all blown. That's insurance or blah blah." And I'm like, "What the hell?"
Yeah, it's such bullshit though. Like, I'm not going to say the company, but a nasal cannula. That's the little rubber tube that goes from some sort of oxygen supply and just sticks in the nose, whatever. We were selling those fuckers to people for like $20 or $30, and we're paying maybe $2, $3,
right?
Because their insurance will pay
$30.
that much to cover it. Yeah.
See, and this is the problem.
I mean,
like so you say
on.
with like insurance and stuff like that. Like,
and this was
so the college has been
16 years
done this
ago.
for a while. Is like, so the government got to be the middleman and controls the money, right?
Mm-hmm.
We got to get them fucking fuckers
this,
out of
this,
everything.
right? But that's what
Come
he's.
on.
Hopefully, this guy's gonna do. Hopefully, this guy's.
I know it looks like I'm pointing at him. If you're watching this on YouTube, I'm not pointing at him, and if you're listening, I'm not pointing at him.
But when it comes to, but they did the same thing when it came to healthcare. They're just the middleman.
Yep.
They're taking money, they're profiting off the money, and they're passing off. You know what I mean? The bill. I don't know. It's sick. And guess what? You can be mad at me all you want, viewers. I don't really give a crap.
I'm fucking pissed at you.
I voted for Trump, and the only reason why I voted for
So did
Trump
I.
is because I want.
Be mad at this whole show.
I want a wrench thrown in the machine. I'm done being quiet. I'm tired of the corruption. Obama and Hillary and all them. They were all in cahoots. Why do you think she didn't go to jail? What do you open your fucking eyes? Let's say the F word. But anyways, sorry, I've been drinking.
Oh my God, you said the F word?
I did.
Loose lips over
I
here.
normally don't do that. Excuse me. But all it's got me so frustrated to the point where I don't even care anymore. I don't care what you think of me. And whatever. America, guns, whatever.
Yeah.
American
honestly,
Eagles.
This is
American flag underwear.
We don't normally do politics, and we're not trying to lean anyone anyway.
No.
Okay, we feel the way we do, and if you don't like it, don't listen to us.
But I'm really glad, but I do want people
an objective opinion. Then listen to us.
But I want
stop
to
being a fucking crybaby.
I'm glad people voted for both.
Yes.
Look, if you feel in your heart you needed to vote for Hillary or Bernie, even though he's not in, or whoever else, that's great. You need to do your civil duty and vote.
What was the voter?
But the vote went to Trump, and now I think people just need to freaking calm their tits, just a little bit. They just need to step back and take a look at it. Look, the world's not going to end.
Oh,
you know.
I was
maybe
just gonna say something profound. Could you
say profound?
Get out and vote. You're proud of people that went out and voted.
Yes.
I was
Yes.
thinking this was one of the highest turnouts for voters. According to CNN, which CNN. They're saying it's a 20-year low.
Yeah.
Voter turnout is a 20-year low.
I don't. That is not correct.
I don't.
I don't believe
correct.
that.
I'm
And
looking at some other stuff here.
Yeah.
I don't think that's correct.
You voted though? Yes.
Oh, I voted, and I'm tired of hearing how racist and homophobic and how much I hate women because I voted for Trump.
Yeah.
So,
as a woman.
Yeah, as a woman.
How dare you?
I know, right? Like
you. Traitor.
And that's the other
all
thing is
women.
I hate also automatically people thinking like, oh, she has a vagina, she must be voting for Hillary. Like that's
right.
The
quote. Well,
now that is fucked up. That's like, oh, we have dicks. Let's vote for Trump.
Yeah, and so much of the stuff that I've seen has been like, oh, well, if so what? We'll vote for an egomaniac and sexist, guy, but if you're a woman, you can't win. And I'm like, that's not what it was about at all.
It wasn't.
No.
How about
but you
one
can't tell
candidate
that.
was new and fresh and raw, and people were like intrigued by what he was saying. Either they hated him or they loved him. He was basically fucking Howard Stern when Howard Stern first got on the radio.
He's a talk show host. He's a clown.
When Howard Stern first got on the radio, how many listeners listened to him because they wanted to hear what he said next, but they hated him?
Right.
Like 75% of them.
Well, that's where CNN and all these other people shot themselves in the foot. They were like, listen to this crazy shit. We're going to broadcast it. It's going to take him down. And people heard it and go, what the hell? Oh, I got to watch more of this dude. And then they started going, wait a second. He's kind of making a little bit of sense.
But the other side of it is you have Hillary. And Hillary's been in politics for so long. There is so much just dirty,
There's just so much
underhanded, sick shit that she's done.
I think that people were
are
so, shocked that Trump won. But I think it's because the Hillary camp was so loud that people who supported Trump didn't want to be vocal about it because they were too scared of what the Hillary people were going to say to them.
You're right. And that's how the polls got skewed.
And that's how the polls got skewed. And that's why people were like, oh, it's such a devastating upset. And I'm like, well, really? Was it?
Do you mean because every time someone supported Trump in a pro-Hillary crowd, they got fucking beat up and belittled and all kinds of other shit?
Not only that, but I mean...
liberal, peace-loving hippies. Wait, you like Trump? Fuck you. We're just going to beat the shit out of you. The homeless lady that...
oh, you voted for Trump, so you hate women.
There's a real concern.
I really do.
Yeah.
Like there's,
Totally.
there's been this huge movement for the past few years of social justice warriors and all these other people who are sensitive and all this other stuff. And it's so tiring. It's so tiring to be called a racist. Like, I got friends on Facebook, air quotes for you people that are listening, that get on there and call me a racist and a bigot and everything else because of some of my views. And it's like, and I can't, and I'm like, look, I don't think of you any of those ways. It's like I saw this cartoon the other day where this kid said, it had a black kid and a white kid, and the black kid said, I really hate racism, it really sucks. And the white kid goes, I really hate being called a racist, it sucks. And it's like, you don't understand. You think you're so, like because that's your argument for everything. You know what I mean? You automatically win. You're automatic. Like, my feelings are hurt, so you're wrong and I'm right. And it's like, no, we need more facts. Stop freaking thinking about your feelings. F your feelings. It's not about feelings. It's about truth. And you know what?
Really, yeah. I mean,
it drives me nuts. I just can't stand it. I'm just so sick of it. I'm sick of everybody whining about everything. Just freaking grow a sack. I watched that movie Hacksaw Ridge the other day.
Oh, is that any good?
Oh, it was a great movie, and it was a true story. And any of those millennials climbing up that rope, well, they wouldn't. They'd be on the bottom, sucking their thumbs underneath a blanket.
Can
they
somebody help me get up this rope?
Yeah.
It hurts my hands.
And these are the people who also say, because this was they were in Japan, right? Because Japan had attacked Pearl Harbor. Well, at the end of the war, when we bombed Hiroshima and Nagasaki, was it Nagasaki? Yeah. Now we fast forward all the way to today, and these millennials are like, how can you say that was the right choice? And I was like, well, we saved millions of American lives by bombing the shit out of them, and it ended the war. What are you talking about? You are out of your damn mind. And they're like, well, you don't know how it would have went if we went in there and fought, and you don't know how it went. And I'm like, well,
we went in there with wreaths and passed out flowers and smacked each other on the butts. I know how it ended now. Is war horrible? Yes. But guess what? Is. When you got one person standing up trying to annihilate everybody else in the name of evil, take them out and do what you got to do. Yeah. Okay, they're a cancer. Are you going to let cancer just live in your body and take over your body? No,
or you're going to kill it.
Do everything to eradicate that shit.
Right.
Eradicate.
And that's why it's like
annihilate.
These people don't have any freaking. They don't have any common sense. They just don't understand.
Okay, and then
sorry, I'm done.
Okay, no.
Well, I'm going to add to your rant just a little bit. They always give America shit and that president crap because he, made internment camps for Japanese people that were here.
Yes.
Kind of had to.
Exactly, because it was proven that there were Japanese spies and there was no way to weed them out, and it sucked. It was a pretty dismal time in American history. But guess what we did? We won. We fixed it. Everything is fine.
And you have to do look.
Do we want your tired, you're hungry, and report still? Yes, we do. Do we want them forced upon us when, by the thousands, when we can barely take care of our own? Not so much.
Yeah.
I do have to say that.
You take the president at that time, not someone like Obama, because I really don't think that America was in his best interest. But like back then. So like a president saying, look.
Did you say Obama?
No, I'm saying not Obama, not a president like Obama, because I don't believe he has us in his best interest.
Oh,
I really don't. But
he's going to take his $2.4 million or whatever he made. He's like,
who is saying,
I got to pay for my vacations now.
Who's saying, look, the entire Western world, United States, is under attack, and the decision I make next could mean the fall of the United States, the fall of Europe, the fall of all these other countries. I have to make a hard decision.
Yeah.
And guess what? they made hard decisions, and I don't think they can do it nowadays. We got just a bunch of freaking slack-jawed, bunch of slack-jawed faggots around here.
Thanks, Jesse Ventura from fucking Predator.
He's like handing out chew.
I'm a sexual tyrannosaurus.
This stuff will make you a goddamn sexual tyrannosaurus.
That is. Oh, you got the quote. Yeah. Bunch of slack-jawed faggots.
Slack-jawed faggots around
So,
here.
yeah. We went from funny to serious.
I know.
Ugh.
All right,
Ugh.
let's
Can
talk
we
about-
wash that taste out of the mouth?
Let's talk about some
do
titties
with some
again.
beer.
Yeah, let's talk about boobs.
Yeah.
I gotta pee. What are we in? What are we at?
We're about hour 13.
Are we?
Yeah.
Well, we can kill her.
We can
You
kill
wanna
it.
kill
Or you
her?
want to keep going?
Let's keep going.
Do you have
Yeah.
anything to?
Can I do something real quick? Can I pee?
Yeah, you will pee.
Dude,
I
We'll
would.
have
I
little
would pee.
sidebar
I
over
did
here.
it all secret.
I haven't peed since like 8 this morning.
That's impressive.
That is.
Oh,
Impressive.
wait, I lied. I peed in the shower.
Hey, you got to take care of that athlete's foot somehow.
Oh.
Holy shit.
Okay, sidebar.
So yeah, sidebar. You fucking go this way. Oh yeah, don't touch that.
If you
Speaking of bars,
Chris,
don't
if
touch the bar.
you worked in a circus, what job would you have?
If I worked in a circus, I would probably be a shy carnival barker.
Like the guy who calls out, like, "Come see."
Yeah,
like,
come see the show, the big
But
dog show.
shy? That seems so
Well,
counterintuitive.
okay, because even though I'm on this show and I'm doing my thing here,
Yeah,
getting up in front of crowds and lots of people,
not your thing.
while it's like exhilarating at once, and then at the same time it's terrifying as fuck.
Really?
And then I picture the crowd naked, and I'm like, oh god, that guy's got herpes, and I'm like, ah, get it out, because I'm always a comedian no matter what.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know, crowds, they terrify me a little bit. But Carnival Barker, who's shy, so I'd be like,
Like, hey,
come see the
come over
bearded
here,
lady.
come and do this. There's
She's-
this lady.
she's-
fine.
she's
doing
got-
great.
Hair on both of her nipples, and they want the guy that's like, come see the bearded lady. She's got hair on both of her nipples. When I'm hiding behind this GoPro and this microphone, I'll carnival bark all day. But you put me in front of people, and I'm like, oh fuck me. What do I
Aw.
do?
I get that. I get that a little bit.
That was the fastest piss ever for someone who hasn't gone to the bathroom for like
it's
6
because
hours.
he didn't wash his hands.
Ew. Can you touch my beer and open it for me? Oh, oh, did you see that ninja skill? So she posed an interesting question, and I'm going to pose it to you. If you
worked in a circus, what job would you have?
yeah, in a circus, go. I was a shy carnival barker.
What is that?
You know
Did
the
you-
guy who's always like, "Come see the bearded lady," but Chris said he's
He's the
really
one standing
shy
up the
about
big
it.
he's-
top tent, and he's like,
and
come on in, buy your tickets.
He's
to see-"
standing on a box, and he's like,
Yeah.
come ladies, one and all, come and
Yeah.
Okay.
He's not the Midwestern sell a hair tonic guy, which is what you guys.
So wait, like working?
It's got pieces of shirt.
You're talking
in it.
about working there?
Yeah.
If you worked at a circus,
worked at a circus,
what would your be?
Like, what would your role?
Are
in
you
the
talking
circus
about like
be?
a classic circus or like circus nowadays?
Yeah, we're like Ringley Brothers, like classic
Big top
circus.
circus.
Yeah,
Like
big
classic
top.
circus?
elephants and peanuts and way too many?
Bearded ladies and shit.
Yeah.
I'd probably be the guy that like wheels the thing and like a monkey
With
comes
the-
out
Oh,
and like sits on your shoulder. I'd probably be that guy.
You would
Yeah, I
so
probably would
be
be
that
that guy.
so you don't have to
Like,
say anything or do anything. You just spin the wheel and the monkey dances.
Yeah.
And pickpockets people. And you named him Abu.
Did you? Was that Wizard of Oz? That's what it sounded like.
It's the
probably
Wicked
be
Witch
that
of the.
Wicked Witch of the West.
Yeah, her
Yeah.
theme song. I love that.
You know, I wonder, are kids nowadays like? Have you ever seen Anne of Green Gables?
No.
What? See, man, it must be. How old are you?
29.
Holy crap, I'm old.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you've never
Don't
seen Anne of Green
sugarcoat that
Gables?
at all.
No.
Anne of Green
I didn't
Ga-
read the books, which is surprising because I'm a reader. But
You didn't
I
read the
never
books.
read the books.
You should.
I never got into
Cosmopolitan and any other trashy magazine don't count. So
Well, there's a lot of classic. There's a lot of classic movies out there that
puff away then.
that kids nowadays just don't have the enjoyment of watching, or
it's a shame.
or they even will. Like I felt like my dad back in the day was like, "Oh, you're gonna really like this movie. Watch it." And I'm like passed out in like 5 seconds because it's like,
That's how I feel about all the movies, like She's All That and Varsity Blues. I'm like, okay, are my kids
Varsity
gonna...
Blues was badass.
Well, I know they're badass, but I feel like, okay, if
Yeah.
I like show these to my kids, are they gonna get the
They won't like
same
'em.
out of it like I did, or are they gonna be like, oh, cool story, mom? Like,
I showed my kids a movie from back in the day.
It
Not that back
depends
in the
on your
day.
kid, I guess, because my youngest, my youngest is
She
14.
likes that nostalgia stuff.
She does. She's actually
80s.
totally into it.
Yeah.
And we did. Have your kids watched Wizard of Oz? I'm sure they have.
Yes, they have. It's been a long time.
But dude, if you don't show your kids like Grease, for example, great movie, right? Grease. The play is great. Everything is great about it. My daughter loves it. She's 14 years old.
Yeah.
She didn't grow up in that era at all, but she loves it. She wants to go see it live. They're having a show on last Wednesday. She's like, "Oh, Grease, yay!" Like,
I will never forget. We out in Marcella, we went to Wilson's Video because there wasn't a Blockbuster back then.
Wilson's Video.
It was on the corner in a dirty shack and a guy with a cigar
with a curtain.
How many movies you want?
Yeah, the X-rated section's behind the curtain.
How many movies you want, kid?
Yeah. So we went to Wilson's Video, and I remember.
CID.
$2 extra bucks. I threw in a bump of blow. Come on. I don't mean the sexual kind.
And I remember my mom being like, "Oh, here's Shannon. You should watch this movie, Grease. I think you'll really like it." And I was like, "I don't know. You know, I just want to watch Labyrinth again." And so she,
Power of the Babe.
Yeah,
The Babe with
power.
power.
The power.
Power of voodoo.
Who do you do? What? Remind me of the Babe.
Boom. We've done that like 2 or 3 times on this show. Fucking, that is a great movie.
That is a great movie.
Such a good movie.
I got chills.
With him with the little ball, and he's like, how many of us went home and after watched that movie and got like a glass something or other and tried to do the little
and there's actually there was a like whatever late night television sales-a-thon thing, and they had this magic sphere.
Oh yeah,
that movie actually had its 30th anniversary release
recently.
God, I love that movie.
This year.
So sad that David Bowie died. We actually talked about that.
Isn't it?
Oh, devastating.
Such a cool dude.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
So your story.
What was I even talking? Oh, so my
Something
mom
about your fucking
was like,
mom.
so my mom was like, Shannon, you should watch Grease, and I was like, not like, it's a mom recommendation. I don't want to watch it. But
Yeah,
we went
because
home.
you're rebellious.
Yeah, you know, and I watched that movie on repeat the entire weekend, and probably knew all the lines of it at that point. It's phenomenal.
A fucking fantastic movie, and if you watch it as an adult and like some of the innuendo in there, you're like, ooh, that bitch was smoking while she was pregnant. She didn't care. She
Oh my gosh.
It was a different time, my friend.
Hell's yeah.
That's just like watching SpongeBob nowadays. Like you look back and I don't know if you ever watched SpongeBob.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I watched SpongeBob before my kids were born, and actually the first time I watched the first episode of SpongeBob, I was high on coke, and so I loved it. From then, SpongeBob. I was high on cocaine, sitting on my friend's couch, and SpongeBob came on, and my life changed. I probably did blow for another couple weeks watching SpongeBob on his couches.
How old
I've
is
heard of
SpongeBob?
people,
You're making me feel like
It was like,
I'm out of touch here. 'Cause
I
I was
was
thinking Ren and
SpongeBob is-
Stimpy.
No, I was
it's
like
been on
20.
for
I was like
a
20.
long time.
I was like 20 years old.
Yeah.
Dude.
Are they making new? I don't think they're making new episodes. Though.
Actually,
I think it's just repeats, right?
the last season ended this year.
But what you just said
Yeah.
about SpongeBob,
Maybe it was
Nickelodeon.
2002.
Ren and Stimpy.
Ren and
Doug,
Stimpy, the adult version.
Yeah.
Oh my.
No. But
fuck.
SpongeBob was it was on Nickelodeon. It's
Yes.
a kid thing.
Yep.
And like also like this one part where like they bust this sand sculpture of Squidward, and like his nose falls off, and like they're building Squidward back up, and they grab his nose and put it where his dick's supposed to be, and then SpongeBob goes, "No, that doesn't go here. That goes up here." Bam. And it was like stuff like that, like all throughout it. I was just like, I don't know, the kind of stuff that's kind of hidden. And I understand why some parents don't like want their kids to watch it, but
Oh
But
my
I
god.
think it's hilarious.
He began developing SpongeBob SquarePants into a television series in 1996.
Well, that's when he
Yeah.
started.
Hold on.
For sure. It was actually called
Held a preview for the series in 99.
It was supposed to be Sponge Boy.
Officially premiered.
In 2000.
SpongeBob SquarePants has been it officially premiered July 17th, 1999.
Yes,
I
before
had
9/11.
no idea. Holy
Yeah.
shit.
God.
So I was
I
like,
never watched it back then, but I guarantee you I probably would have been doing blow off of hookers' backs and shit like that for it because I was Ren and Stimpy.
He never said a hooker. Don't
there's
make
no
the story
hookers.
Cool.
I know. This is my story.
no, that's
Fuck
not
you.
even cool. That's like
My story.
In Chris's hypothetical blow story, there's a
Yeah,
hooker.
because I've never slept with a hooker.
in his hypothetical SpongeBob story. There was hookers and blow.
Fucking A, why not? 3 o'clock in the morning. Oh, what's that guy doing? In a pineapple under the sea. Yeah. Your bag smells like other dudes in sweat.
SpongeBob hookaback.
But yeah, so your SpongeBob was my Ren and Stimpy,
Okay.
basically.
Oh, that's crazy.
So-
Without the hookers.
Minus the hookers. Yeah, the hookers, I don't know why I even said that, because hookers and blow
Because it's
go
funny.
together.
Hooker, yeah. Well,
Whatever.
whatever. Anyways.
Would you guys rather have
Oh, shit.
vaginas for ears or penises for fingers?
Neither. Why
You
do
have
I
to pick one.
That's stupid, though.
You have to.
It's not stupid. It makes you think.
You either have a vagina.
Do you want people?
I understand the question.
Do you want
Okay.
people
The
walking
reason why
around
I
sticking
don't know
their
about
penis
it-
fingers in your
Wait a
ears
second.
all day, or do you want to stick your penis finger in somebody's ears all day?
So do I still can I still hear out of my ears?
Yeah, it's a vagina now.
It just sounds like and that should be the end.
And we're out. Peace. Oh my God.